Hi, my name is Katie Cardwell. I am a first grade teacher at Pennell Elementary, located in Aston, PA. I have been teaching first grade now for 4 years, and I'm here to discuss growth mindset with educators and students versus fixed mindset, but really putting the primary focus on growth mindset. So, one thing I would like to start off with is I saw an analogy one time that a fixed mindset is in comparison to a lock. Now imagine the mind being a lock, and there's no key to it. That student or that person just automatically thinks, I am smart, I can do this, but when faced with the challenge, there is no key to open up that lock. That lock is stuck, the brain is stuck, and it's not exactly where we want our students to be as we're educating them. Now the growth mindset, think of the mind as a plant. The plant needs water, it needs soil, it needs sunlight. That's what we as educators need to do. We need to praise, we need to inform our students, you can do this. Maybe not right now, but you will get there. We need to have that plant see a challenge. Sometimes there's not enough sunlight for that plant to grow. Sometimes our students don't have enough resources, or the timing is not correct for their learning, or the atmosphere. And we need to let those students to know, hey, you can do this, and we will make sure that you get there. I am also a dance teacher, so I teach students from preschool all the way up to high school seniors. And one thing that my students will usually say is, oh, I can't do this. I can't get this done. And I say, you can. You can do this, just maybe not today. Maybe tomorrow, maybe in a week, maybe in a year. You will get this. And I always say to them, if you're going to say can't, you're going to owe me 10 push-ups. So they quickly realize that, hey, they can do this and they don't want to do those push-ups. So I always say you're working towards it, you'll get there, and you need to achieve it at your own pace and rate. And just time with practice, you'll get it. And also another story I have is I was on Temple's rowing team, and I was a walk-on. I started my sophomore year, and I had no idea what I was getting myself into. Now my coach was amazing, and she said to me, you know what, you're going to get there. You'll get there one day. So that is something that kind of stuck with me because it was very intimidating. I had girls who did rowing in high school. It was a D1 sport, and I was very intimidated by it. But through the process of changing my mindset of I can get to there and I can grow, and I made myself push. And I looked at any challenge, I said, oh, well, how can I learn from this development? And I looked to my teammates. So I do think it's a very important mindset for not only us to have just as teachers, but outside of the classroom as for adults when we're challenging the world. One thing that I also have learned, sorry, I'm going through a little cold, is that we can change our mindsets. Even if we do have that fixed mindset, if we say to a student, oh, you're so smart, you're great, go ahead, you're done. Think, well, yeah, you did. I love how much effort you put into this. I cannot wait to see what you do the next time. I love how you challenged yourself. I loved how you pushed it. And also the growth mindset is something that can be taught from the earliest age all the way up to high school. And I really feel like that in my first grade classroom, it's important for us as educators to start that growth mindset early, so that as they're getting older and older, they can still continue to see a challenge and push themselves through it. One thing that I just want to be more conscientious of as a teacher is when I'm praising my students, I just want to look for if I'm using a fixed mindset and to focus in on how I can properly praise my students. So my students are still so young, and sometimes they don't understand failure, and that is great. I never call any of my tests. I don't say they're a test, they're an assessment or a quiz. I say, all right, it's power hour, time to put on your powerful brains and show me what you know and what you can do. And here's what Miss Cardwell's going to do with that paper. She's going to look at it and she's going to see how I can help you be where you want to be and where you need to be later. And that's the other word I say to them, later. It doesn't have to be now. I will meet with you in a small group. We'll work one-on-one. I will get you to where you need to be if you continue to push hard and focus in, because you can do it. I like to call them power hours just because make it fun. It's first grade, and I like to give a little pep to them. I always look for the positives in my teaching. I like to give it a purpose. I like to also make sure that everything is fun and it connects to the real world. To me, that is something also with a growth mindset is sometimes we say, well, why am I learning this? And teachers say, well, just because you need to. I like to say, well, eventually you'll use this in this situation, or I like to have a connection to a different job or some type of aspect that you'll continue within a real life. And I always say, on a finishing note, I always say to them, I am a student too. I still go to school. I'm always learning, and I would like to learn from you as my students, and your teacher is still always growing and developing. So those are my thoughts on growth mindset versus fixed mindset. Thank you for watching this video, and have a great rest of your day.